Good day, everyone. How we are doing? Hope we are well. Welcome to today's class. In today's class, we are going to be looking at Princess Bustier. We're going to look at Princess Bustier, and I have my measurements here with me. I have the bust to be 40, the bust circumference to be 40, the under bust circumference to be 32, the waist circumference to be 37, the half length, that is shoulder to the nipple to be 11, shoulder to the under bust to be shoulder to the under bust to be 14, and shoulder to the waistline to be 17. Okay, without wasting much of our time, let's get started. For here to start, I will measure a guideline, that is half an inch, just for the guideline, and I will rule it all down before I will start inputting all my values. So I will mark down my 0.5 as a guideline. Then after which, I'm going to be inputting all my vertical lines. I will input all my vertical lines from this my guideline. So my shoulder to the nipple is 11, the person I'm working with, and to the under bust is 14, and to the waistline is 17. So I will repeat the lines here so that it will be accurate. 11, 14, and 17. I hope we are seeing it. Then I will connect the lines together. I will connect the lines all together. So these are just my vertical lines. Then after this, I'm going to input my shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement I'm working with is 8 inches. I'm going to input my shoulder measurement plus half an inch allowance, that's 8.5. And after that, I'm going to input the neckline. The neckline, the basic is 3 by 3, that is 3 for the wideness and 3 for the depth. So the wideness I'm putting is 3 inches. Now we are seeing it. And the depth I'm going to put is also 3 inches. This is just the basic. I can still alter it if I like. This is just the basic. If you are sewing a turtleneck, a corner neck, this is just the basic for the neckline at the front. 3 inches wide and 3 inches depth. So I'm going to take, the next thing I'm taking is the slope of my neck. You can see where I put my hand at the neck, at the shoulder area that I input, which is 8.5. The shoulder is 8. I added up an inch, making 8.5, and I put the slope because our neck is not straight, it is slanting forward, and I'm going to connect it to the neckline here, just like this. So I'm done like this. Then after which, I'm going to input my armhole. I'm going to input my armhole line, which will form my chest line. And to do that, the bust divided by 6 plus 1.5, that's the standard. The bust divided by 6 plus 1.5, you get the armhole, the bust circumference of the person divided by 6 plus 1.5. So this person's bust circumference I'm working with is 40. So 40 divided by 6 plus 1.5, the answer is 8.1. So I will increase my own to be 8.2, 8.25. 8.25. So to make my chest line accurate, don't forget that my shoulder line here is 8.5. So I'm going to do the same thing here so that I will get a straight line. So after, I'm going to connect the lines together. Then you can see this is the place I connected my line. It's not from here. It's the slope, the 1 inch slope that I took, that I connected my lines. So I'm going to mark a straight line across like this. So let me label. This will be my chest line. This will be my breast point. This will be my under bust, and this will be my half length. So after I'm done with this, I'm going to curve my armhole out. So half of this, 8.25. So I'm going to half it. So half of it gave me 4 points, and just 4.0 something. So after this, I just want to cuff the armhole. So I will enter here by half an inch and just connect. This is my cuff ruler. I place it here. I let the cuff to match the down part and this side to match the half an inch I mark and connect it like this. So I'm done with this like this. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to find my nipple to nipple. This client nipple to nipple, I'm going to insert the dart. So the nipple to nipple that I'm working with is 8 inches. And nipple to nipple is 8 inches. And I'm going to add 1 inch sewing allowance to it, making 9 inches. And because our fabric is always on fold, I'm going to divide that 9 inches by 2, which will be 4.5. Don't forget, I say our nipple to nipple is 8 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance, making 9 inches, and I divide the 9 inches by 2, which later give me 4.5. So this is 4.5. I've marked the 4.5 across. And don't forget that this is armhole here, and we are working with Princess Bustier. So after I've connected my line up to the chest line, I am going to cuff it to go and meet armhole here. See, this is my cuff ruler. If you don't have, you really need this. You really need this. If there's a way you can just freehand your hand to do it, you can do that. But if you can get this, you will really need this. So just place the cuff ruler like this. It's touching the breast point and it's touching the this thing. Sorry, it will touch the chest line like this. So this is my cuff. This is just normal princess that I've not contoured anything. I've not done any tightening. So this is just the normal thing I did here. So what I did, I input my nipple to nipple line, 8 inches plus 1 inch, making 9 divided by 2, which is 4.5 from here to chest line. And I connected it, it's Princess Bustier. And when we say princess, the thing will enter the armhole. And I connected it to come and meet the armhole here with the half of the armhole I marked here. So I connected it to come and meet it here. So this is what I did here. And to contour my this thing, to tighten my underbust, I'm going to enter here. It depends on the person's bust actually, but this person I'm going to use, sometimes you can use this method. This is from the difference between breast point and underbust. Our own is 3 inches. You can divide the 3 inches by 2, which is 1.5. But for me it's not really enough. It's not really, she's not that fat, but she have bust. She's somehow busty. So I'm going to use 1.5 outward, and I will use 1 inch inward. Same thing I took at the underbust, I'm going to repeat it at the waistline. Half inch, 1 inch inward, 1.5 outward, and I'm going to connect it straight. I will explain that please shortly to us. So this is what I did. The outward will be bigger. That curve, that will give it the perfect effect. The outward should be bigger than the inward. We cannot put the bigger one inside. It will affect the dart here, the center front here. So the bigger one will be the outside on the outward one, while the smaller part will be the inward side. So altogether now I use 2.5 for that intake for tightening. I use 1 inches inward and I use 1.5 outward. It depends. Here you can use half an inch inward and you can use 1.5 outward. But myself, I want that curve to be a little bit up because she's somehow busting. So after that, the 1.5 I took at the underbust, that's the same thing I took at waistline. The 1 inch I took at the underbust inward, the same thing I took at the underbust at the waistline inward. So I'm just going to place my cuff ruler like this. I hope we are seeing it. So to contour, so I hope we are seeing it. I will do the same thing to the inward one. So, and you can see that my contouring It's not really reaching, it's like half an inch away from the breast point, so that our breast points will not be pointing like that. It will not point out, it will not shoot out. So I'm done with under bust tightening. So I will move on now to the princess, down to the armhole side, to tightening the armhole side. And to tighten the armhole side, the method I am using that used to work for me, I will come down here by 1.5 inches. Like I said earlier, she's somehow busty like that, not too much, but like that, she's somehow busty. So if it is somebody like from 32 inches, 32 bust circumference to like, let's say 36, you can use 1 inch at this armhole side to connect to this place. But if it is from, let's say 38 to like 42 or so, you use like 1.5. And if the person is going like 44, 48 like that, at least you know how to add now. And always study your clients, study the person. After people taking the measurement of the person, look at the body structure. Is this person I'm working with busty? Does this person have armhole? You know, some people used to have, yeah, at least their armhole here. So I'm done with this. I took 1.5 for my own, and I will connect it. See, I see, otherwise I say we really need cuff ruler. So I will still connect it with my, to my breast point with my cuff ruler. So you can see how curved this thing is now. So this is what we have done so far. So after this now, I am going to replace all my, before that I will take the measurement, and before I took the measurement place, this place I took 1.5. I'm going to replace the 1.5 I took back at the front. The 1.5 I took here, because if I did not replace it, I will have a shortage. I will have shortage at the armhole when I'm sewing the cloth. So I'm going to replace the 1.5 I took. So, and I'm going to make the line, connect the line to be straight like this. I still use my curve ruler like this. So don't forget that we have a new armhole here. So I will start putting my, all my measurements. Our bust circumference is 14. 40 divided by 4 will give me 10, plus I took 1.5 here, that will be 11.5, plus half an inch, so in allowance that will be 12. I have 12 here. And the waistline, I normally use under bust circumference for the waistline, because let me say if I use waistline, our waist here is 37, our stomach is 37. You study the, like I said earlier, you study the person's, your clients very well. You know, some women, they have given birth, they have stomach, and the shape is not at their stomach. So for example now, if you now say, okay, oh, you want to sew a peplum gown, a peplum top for the person, after taking the underbust to be 32, like this my own client, and the underbust is 32, that is where our shape is, and the waist is 37. Now imagine I want to go and put 37 here. So at the underbust here, I will have excess. The clothes will not be firmer like that. It's not be firm. So I will have excess there. So myself, what normally works for me, like I said earlier, the thing that is working for me, I normally use the underbust at this waist area. So the thing will come up a little. It will come up a little and fitting into their perfect shape. So I have 32 here. 32 divided by 4 will give me 8. 8 plus 2.5 will give me 10.5, plus half an inch sewing allowance, it will give me 11. So let me try and extend my line here. So I will connect my lines together. Like I said earlier, that we have a new armhole. So I will connect this armhole line now. This 1.5 I took the other time. I will connect it together. So there's nothing in this princess bustier. It's as simple as ABC. So I'm going to cut this place now. This place is going out. 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 So this is my new armhole. I'm not working with this one, but this is my new armhole line. And like I said earlier, you can decide to alter your neck If you like this person I'm sewing for now, I will alter the neck to be like the depth to be 5 inches instead of 3 inches. The 3 inches will be choking. So the depth, I'm not sewing turtleneck for her, but the wideness will still be the same. Just that only the depth that I'm altering. I'm going to alter the depth of the neck. So you can see my own neck. I've come down by 2 inches. So that is that about that. Just watch and share and comment. Let me see if this method of my own work for you. Give me a sincere reply, a sincere, what will I call it? You know what I'm talking about now. Let me know whether the thing work for you or not. Just try it out. You see what I'm saying. So right now I'm going to cut the pattern out. So you can notice that I did not add any sewing allowance to this pattern. The only thing I did that I added was this allowance, which is 0.5. So I've not added my sewing allowance to this. So if I'm using it to cut, when I'm cutting the fabric, I'm going to add sewing allowance to it. Sewing allowance of at least 1.5. At least 1.5. So I want to cut out my dart now. I want to cut out that. That is what I'm just doing. I'm just trying to cut out what we. So I'm just trying to cut out. So this is just the front part alone. And don't forget to notch it. Because we must match up. We must match. So when you are using it to cut the clothes, you are going to notch it. And you are going to cut this on fold. This center front, you are going to fold your clothes into two and place it on fold. And you are going to cut this 2 places. You're going to cut the one for the right side and one for the left side. And when you are joining, I will try and see what I can do to film the sewing part of this pattern so that we can see how the team to cut the back pattern of the princess that we drafted of this one. We're going to cut the back pattern, and the same way I'm going to mark a guideline of 0.5. I'm going to mark a guideline of 0.5. So, and I'm going to input my shoulder line, which is 8 inches, the same way we did at the front. I'm going to enter, and the neck I'm going to enter 3 inches. Then the back, if you don't want it to be low, to be too down, you can enter to be low, to be too down, you can enter 2 inches, and you can enter more. Like this my one, I want a low back, so I'm still going to enter. I'm going to enter more into it. Then I'm going to slope my back the same way we did at the front by 1 inch, and I'm going to connect it to the neckline. I'm going to connect it to the neckline. So after that, I'm going to be inputting my line. Sorry for that. I'm going to be inputting my line. The half length I'm working with is 17. I don't need the underbust in this one. The breast point is 11. So, and the chest line, don't forget the chest line we're working with is 8.25, which is the armhole line. When I divided the bust circumference by 6 plus 1.5 to get the armhole line, which form my chest my chest line. So which from my chest line. Okay, so if I want to make the line straight here to be 9.5, so I will do my line, connect it together. This is the my half length. I have not entered my breast point. My breast point is 11. I will enter my breast point. So this is just what I did. This is the chest line. This is breast point, and this is my half length. I don't need the underbust here, like I said earlier. Then I'm going to connect the lines together. Here's the armhole line. I did not perform magic here. What I did here, from my shoulder to my half length to my waist is 17 inches, and from my shoulder to my bust point is 11 inches, and from my shoulder to my chest line, which is my armhole line, and the value I use here is the value I use at the front, which is the bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5. That is what I use here. So this is 8.1. I use 8.25. 8.25 from the slope. So I wanted the line to be accurate, to go together. So that was why I mark it here. And here from the slope, don't forget I've taken one here from the slope, 8.25. So when I put it here, it should be 9.25 because of the 1 inch I took it. And here is still straight. That is just what I did here. So, and I will look for the half of the line to put my armhole cuff. Like the front is deeper than the back, we should all know that our front is deeper than the back. Our front armhole is different from our back armhole. So our front armhole is deeper by 1.5 because we have breast, breast at the front. So it's deeper than the back armhole. And you know that the front armhole, we came inside by 0.5 before we connected it. But here we are not coming in with 0.5. We're going to connect it together. And this plate, this back, I don't want the princess dart. I want a waist dart. I'm going to input the nipple to nipple again that I used at the back, at the front, which is 4.5. And I will mark it. I'll connect it all through. Like I said earlier, I don't want princess dart. If you want princess dart, it's just to connect it like this here. But I don't want, so I will take 0.7. I will take 0.5 at the both side. What I did here, I connected my nipple to nipple line, which is 4.5, 8 inches plus 1, like we did at the front. 8 inches plus 1, 9, divided by 2, 4.5. So I just connected it together. I mark it at the waistline, I mark it at the breast point, I mark it at the chest line, and I root the lines together. And what I want to do now, I want to input my dart. My dart that I want to use is 0.5 at the both side, is 0.5. And I'm going to connect it straight to the breast point, 1 inch or half an inch below the breast point. So that's just what I'm doing. I'm just trying to connect my darts together. Then after this, I am going to put all my values. My breast, my circumference, bust circumference is 40 divided by 4 will give me 10 plus each allowance 0.5, that's 10.5. And the waist I use is 32 divided by 4, which is 8, plus that I took half an inch at the both side, that's 1 inch, that is 9, plus 0.5 is allowance, that is 9.5. And I'm going to connect my lines all together. So nothing much. You can see sewing is very, very simple. It's so sweet. We can see we are just in the thing we are just done with this pattern. Now you can see there's nothing hard. Like I used to tell my people here, there is nothing hard in sewing. I so much love tailoring. I don't know whether you that you're watching me now, if you like it or not. So this is just simple as ABC. If I want to alter my neck here, I will alter it. Like me, if I want to go back and see, mind you, sorry, before we continue, I used to contour here. Here You see that I contour here by half an inch down from waist here, and contour here by half an inch down. And we should all know that our back, our back half length is not the same like our front half length. Our front half length is down more than our back half length. Like myself now, I'm using front to be 17 while my back is 15. So this person now, the back, the I'm going to go in. I've not put the zipper allowance here. So if I'm cutting the clothes, I'm going to put 1.5 zipper allowance. I've not added the zipper allowance here. So if I'm cutting the clothes, I'm going to put the zipper allowance and the sewing allowance. So here now, I'm going to come up, not just to see what I'm doing very well. I'm going to come up by 1.5 or by 1 inch. I came up by 1 inch, and I'm going to connect it with my cuff ruler. I'm going to connect it. So I'm going to connect it. I hope we are seeing me. I'm going to connect it to the up like this. What did I do? I came in from the waistline. I came up by 1 inch, and I connected it directly to this because I don't want that back to be too down. I don't want the back to be too down. So I'm going to cut it off. If you don't want this, I said, like myself now, how to cut this princess that I know like 3 methods or so to cut it. But this particular one I'm doing is the thing used to work for me. The thing is working for me like magic. The thing is working for me. I so much like it. There's one I normally pick in the bust dart at the front. I will pick the bust dart at the front. Maybe next time I will do that one too. You pick between the two, whichever works for you. But this one, trust me, it's perfect. So this place now, I'm not going to cut out the dart. And if you want us to cut it, I normally notch it on my pattern. I will notch it so to indicate that there's a dart here, and I will notch it at my fabric too. So like I said earlier, you can alter the neck if you want, and you can leave it at 2 inches depth. So as you can see, this is my back, and this is the front. So this one now, we are going to cut it 2 times, and we add zipper allowance. We're going to add the zipper allowance to it, add zipper allowance to it, and we'll cut it 2 times. So that is that about that. Thank you. God bless you. Please and please, I'm begging you, subscribe to this channel. I will try and bring everything that I know. Subscribe, and God bless you. Thank you.